Hello everyone. So for this video, I'll be showing you how to install the Kali Linux on your uh, MacBook Air M1 chip. So I'm using here MacBook Air M1 chip, and according to what I've researched, it is better to use the UTM virtual machine. I think you could also use the VirtualBox. However, um, they recommend this one. So you can go to the mac.getutm.app and download the application. I just use the direct download since according to what I have researched, it has you need to pay for something in the Mac store. So I already downloaded it here, and you can get Kali Linux here, and make sure to select the ARM architecture. However, I also look into the different references that it is better to download here. uh, it is more stable, so I downloaded here the Kali Linux 2022.2 installer for ARM64, since ARM64 is the M1 chip, this one. So you can download it from here, and then once you downloaded it, let's start. So I'll install the UTM machine by just clicking on the file and then drag it to the applications folder. Then once you hear the sound, I think that's okay. You can close this one. So let's go to our launchpad and look for the UTM. So click on this one and click open. So from here you can start already creating a new virtual machine. So click on this one, create new virtual machine. We will be using virtualize, since this will be much faster. But if you're trying to emulate something that is made for Intel and AMD processors, you can use the emulate part. So let's open the virtualize. So after clicking the virtualize, let's select for the Linux here. Make sure that this two checkbox is not checked, no, and then import the ISO file which we downloaded. So let's go to downloads, and here it is. So click on the installer, or click on the ISO, and then click continue. So for the memory here, I think 4 gig would be enough. You can actually, I think the minimum specification is 2 gig. So let's click on enable hardware OpenGL for acceleration to make it run smoother. Then click continue. So for the cores, you can actually change. By default, it is 2. Just click on continue, and you can allocate space for the storage space for your Kali Linux. I think 20 is the minimum. You can use 25. For this one, I'll be using 30. So click continue. On this part, the shared directory will allow you to access a directory inside your Mac OS to the Kali virtual machine. So you can select this one, you can check this one, and then you can browse and select which folders you want to be accessed. So you can use the default. So I'll use downloads, then click continue, then name your virtual machine. So I'll name it Kali just Linux, and you can see here the summary of your settings. So let's click save, and we'll have this one. So let's now configure the hardware for the Kali Linux. Just click on the settings here, and I will leave most of the settings as default. You can change the display, however, to enable Retina mode, which will make it more natural when your virtual machine is running. So click on save. So we'll now start installing the virtual machine. I can just click on the play button here, or click on here. Then this window will start up. Be aware that if you click your mouse here, the cursor might change. So to remove the cursor, you can actually click on control option. So for this one, we'll just use the normal install method because I think the graphical install is not yet supported. So you can use arrow keys actually here to change. So you can change. So I'll click enter for this one, and let's wait. So it will show us this language selection. So you can select which language. I select English, and then you can change your country. Enter, and then enter. So after that, it will load some files, and just wait for it to be finished, and you will see another prompt. Okay, so we'll need the host name for here. So I'll just type in Kali, and then just click on the domain name. You can just click on continue. Then for the user, I'll just use demo. So continue. Then the password, just type in your password. Don't make sure that you remember that password. So this will load some things, and then click on the USD guided entire disk, and then virtual disk, all files in one partition, and then click on the finish partitioning, select yes, and it will load up the files. So if you reach this part, just select on what we need. So just select what we need here. Okay. So I think we don't need this one, and then this one would do, and then just click on continue.
One eternity later.
So hello guys, so it take too long. Once you reach this part, make sure to eject the Kali Linux. So click on eject. So my screen's too small. Let's try to And so if you reach this part, you can click on the eject here. So when you reach this part, you can click on the eject, or eject first the ISO, then click on the continue. So this will reboot your Linux. So just click on the first part. Then you will have this interface. So just type in your password. Then you will be logged in to your virtual machine, which is running on Kali Linux. Then you can now open the terminal here. Then you can run the update command. So sudo update. Then type in your password. So this will, it may take some time again since it will update the packages of our Kali Linux. So since it is still updating, I open another terminal to show you a command. So we can use the nmap command to check. Let's see if the nmap is already working, and then it's -F is for fast mode, and then let's try to scan the google.com for the port. So as you can see here, we were able to scan Google URL, and it is using this IP address, and their server is open in the port ATN 443, which is for HTTP and HTTPS. So I hope this video helped you in installing your Kali Linux, and of course you can still install more packages that may be useful on your cybersecurity activities. Yeah. So thank you for watching, guys.